This paper defines the role of instrumentation provenance and physical constraint validation within Booklet 3 of the Secretary Suite. It formally anchors the hybrid metamaterial photonic optimization architecture to a named, referenced, and independently specified physical instrument, the Swygert theory of everything AO laser 167X. The purpose of this paper is not to claim experimental confirmation, but to establish traceable physical assumptions, coherence bounds, and restraint conditions under which algorithmic and governance-level claims remain valid. By explicitly separating instrumental influence from system authority, this chapter preserves scientific discipline while allowing advanced photonic optimization paths to be evaluated, simulated, and evolved without contaminating the Secretary Suite's foundational correctness or sovereignty guarantees. Booklet 3 introduces optional, non-authoritative hardware optimization paths for the Secretary Suite. This paper exists to ensure that any reference to physical instrumentation, especially high-coherence photonic sources, is properly named and cited, clearly bounded in scope, explicitly non-authoritative, separated from algorithmic correctness and governance claims. The Secretary Suite does not require specialized hardware to function. Any instrumentation discussed herein serves only to optimize efficiency, stability, or visibility, never to alter outcomes, authority, or admissibility. Advanced simulations and hardware-aware models require assumptions about physical coherence, stability, noise, and drift. If these assumptions are left implicit, they become a source of hidden authority injection. Instrumentation provenance ensures physical assumptions are explicit and inspectable, simulation parameters are traceable to real-world devices, claims of optimization do not masquerade as correctness, governance boundaries remain intact. This paper formalizes that separation. The Swygert AO laser 167X is a separately published, fully specified experimental proposal developed under the Swygert theory of everything AO. It is designed as a tabletop, ultra-stable, frequency comb-stabilized optical source intended to probe encoded equilibrium under extreme confinement conditions. Key characteristics: extreme phase coherence and confinement, sub-femtosecond timing stability, high finesse resonant architecture, explicit falsifiability conditions. The Laser 167X is not part of the Secretary Suite. It is referenced here solely as a coherence and stability benchmark for simulations and conceptual hardware refinement. Within Booklet 3, the Laser 167X informs, but does not control, the following areas: upper bounds on achievable phase stability in photonic lattices, plausible noise floors for room temperature photonic optimization, drift suppression envelopes used in simulation models, validation that certain coherence assumptions are not speculative abstractions. No algorithm, agent, or governance mechanism depends on the Laser 167X. If the instrument did not exist, the Secretary Suite would remain unchanged. Algorithmic behavior within the Secretary Suite is governed exclusively by constraint satisfaction, evidence sufficiency, and equilibrium enforcement. Instrumentation cannot introduce new decision paths, accelerate acceptance, or suppress refusal, override constraint checks, alter task outcomes. Any performance gain derived from higher physical coherence must preserve work invariance and decision invariance. Governance within the Secretary Suite is invariant under hardware heterogeneity. Optimized nodes do not gain authority, do not gain voting weight, do not influence shard promotion, do not affect task admissibility. Instrumentation is treated as a private efficiency characteristic, not a system privilege. Physical systems introduce failure modes that must be bounded: thermal drift, measurement back action, component aging, noise-induced instability. Instrumentation-informed simulations are therefore required to explicitly declare noise and drift assumptions, demonstrate bounded failure containment, preserve audit visibility under failure, avoid extrapolating laboratory stability into systemic authority. The Laser 167X serves as a reference envelope, not a dependency. Simulations referencing high-coherence photonic sources must satisfy identical logical outcomes across hardware classes, equal total logical work, zero correlation between speed and authority, explicit labeling of gains as efficiency only. Any deviation invalidates the optimization claim. This paper does not claim experimental validation of encoded equilibrium, assert detection of gravitational phenomena, elevate the laser 160th mx to system authority, tie secretary suite correctness to any physical device. Those claims, if made, belong exclusively to their own publications. This chapter completes Booklet 3 by anchoring its optimization discussions to a named, cited, and externally documented physical instrument while preserving strict algorithmic governance and physical restraint. The Swygert AO laser 167X is acknowledged as a coherence benchmark and simulation reference, not as a dependency or authority source. By enforcing provenance and restraint simultaneously, the Secretary Suite maintains scientific integrity while remaining open to future hardware evolution. Optimization is permitted. Authority is not transferable. Correctness remains invariant.